Okay. I'm Shalane. How many of you have kids? You mentioned kids. I figured you should probably admit it. So I have children, and I always tell my friends, children, it's like having free entertainment, like constantly, just free entertainment. Watch the kids. They're always doing stuff that makes me laugh and smile or get mad at times. But so last time I mentioned I was married, so I'm going to go ahead and tell about my first child, actually. I had a boy for my first kid. His name is Darren, and he is just, our cute little ham. We were so excited. It was our first baby, and he grows up, and he's just smart little kid. He started walking really early, and he did stuff, and just smart little kid. When he was about 3 months over a year, we got a Wii, the video game system. So yeah, we bought our Wii, and we got games for it, and bought a couple more remote controls so that we could have 4 players playing at a time. We loved the Wii. It was fun. And my son, being a year and just a couple months, learned how to play it. Smart little kid. Loved it. So he would be on it, and he'd be playing it and stuff. And but sometimes, as a mom, I had to tell him, okay, can't play it right now. We got to turn it off. It's time to go eat. Which, being 1 year old, he wasn't very happy about, and he would cry and throw fits, and he'd get mad, and he'd throw stuff, and what kids do. Some people would tell me that he's spoiled, but what are you gonna do with your first kid, right? So he was also the first grandchild of my husband's parents, so kind of spoiled. But yeah, so we played the Wii, and we used to take the Wii with us a lot when we went to the grandparents' house, and we'd play it. So a couple months after having it, we couldn't find a remote control for it. We looked around, and oh, well, maybe it'll turn up, didn't kind of focus on it. And then a little while later, we couldn't find another remote. We're like, okay, where are these remote controls going? So now we're down to remotes, and we looked for it here and there, and then another remote went missing. So we were down 3 remotes, only had 1 left, and we searched the house. We searched in the cushions, we searched under the couches, in the bedrooms, behind the dressers, under the bed. We searched at Grandma and Grandpa's because we took it there a lot, so we looked everywhere for these remote controls. And after a while of searching and not finding it, I finally just gave in, and I was like, okay, we're just going to go and we're going to buy more remotes for this Wii. So we went out and bought 3 more remotes, and they were $40 a piece, so $120, that trip. And we had already bought 2 remotes before, so we were up to like $200 in just remote controls for this thing. So, yeah, and still never found the remotes, it just went on. Then several months later, I was at the house, I'm chilling with my son there. He's like 1.5 years, and we're watching TV and just hanging out. And I called my husband. He was at work, and I'm just talking to him about what he needs to do after work or whatnot. And then Darren, let me talk to Daddy. He wants to talk to Daddy. So I give him the phone, I put it on, and he's talking to Daddy. And then my husband's like, okay, Darren, Daddy has to go. I have to go back to work. Bye. And he hangs up. And my son just throws a fit. He wanted to talk to Dad still. He wasn't done. And he just threw a fit, and he was crying and all emotional and mad. And I'm sitting there watching him. And goes in the kitchen. And I'm, kind of watching him. He's still pouting. He grabs a plastic bag, puts my cell phone in the bag, and then proceeds to put it in the garbage can. And I'm sitting on the couch like, what is this 1.5-year-old doing? And he put it in the garbage can and went to his room, played, went and did it. And I'm like, he just threw my phone away because he was mad because he couldn't talk to his dad. And it dawns on me, I know what happened to our Wii remotes. All those times when he would get mad and upset, in the trash. So, when we lost those Wii remotes, it was so frustrating, being frustrated. And then once we went out and bought them again, oh my goodness, have to shell out all that money, just frustrated. But once I'm sitting on that couch and it dawns on me that this 1.5-year-old has been throwing away our Wii remotes, I couldn't even be mad. I just laughed like, wow, you know, this kid is so smart, and I just laughed. I couldn't even be mad at him, be frustrated, nothing like that, you know, because you love your kids so much, and I just had to laugh at it, and I realized that I'm going to have to step it up as a parent if I'm going to stay a step ahead of this child. So, for any of you who ever have to deal with kids, or if anything goes missing and there's kids around, you might want to check the trash. And just remember to enjoy the kids because they're so funny and they're great to have around. Thank you.
It was awesome. I really liked your speech.
Thanks.
You had a very nice conversational style, and you obviously seem to know what you're talking about. It was well done. It was nicely done.
Especially since you didn't even have to use any notes. Like, everything was laid out. You knew your stuff. So,
Yeah, having kids, I can completely relate to particular incidences. Yeah, so that's one you have to write down in the books before you forget. I start doing that these days. I'm like, gosh, my son said something so funny the other day. What was that again? Yeah, exactly. I need to really write it down. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks.
It's really funny that he threw the notes away.
Yeah, well, that's why I've never seen him, but I'm like, that's where it had to have gone.
That's smart.
You put it in
Well,
the bag.
yeah, I'm watching and so in the bag and then into the trash. So had I not watched them do it, I would have never known. And even if you thought to look in the trash, you couldn't see it because it was in a bag.
Yeah, when you were saying he was putting it in a bag, I thought he was gonna like take it to a special spot in his room.
He was gonna hide it.
Find all the Wiimotes stashed in the trash.
No, and that's a funny thing is we moved out of that place, and so we packed everything up in search, and that's what none of the remotes turned up. So that was also confirmation that he definitely had thrown them in the trash.
$80 down the trash.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, well.
Okay, we're gonna stop the video now.
Do we want to say names one more time?
Yeah.
Oh, names one more time.
Kayla.
Gabriel.
Lucas.
Okay. And Shalane, we're signing out.